Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. What you're looking at is a big red turd. It's a Troy-Bilt 21-inch 725EX. It was manufactured on the month of September 2011. And I can read you the engine number here. It's the 128 Mike 0209, looks like 25 Bravo 1. Let me see if I can give you the Troy-Bilt number. The Troy-Bilt model number is obscured here. It's scratched off. So I can't do that, but it's a 2011 model year. So you may remember this one. I kind of do. It's been in storage. I took this in on trade. Guy brought me this one. Kind of forgot what the issue was. I think it would start and stall. I just checked it today. Carb clean in it. It started and stalled. So I went through the carburetor. The only thing I had to change was the bowl gasket. You can see it was goobered up with some snot and pretty brittle. So new bowl gasket. There was a little bit of syrup in the bowl. It cleaned up rather quickly. No issues on that. I went around and sprayed the engine case with my Project Source gloss black. Did that. So I noticed the true variable speed. There was no resistance in the cable when I started this thing. So we have to rectify that. I came along here and did a little black spray paint, and you can see the case is spray painted. So I just went ahead and took off the top piece here. These are held on with 10mm screws, and they remove from the bottom of the unit. I had it on the side. There's no gas in this thing. I cleaned the tank. It's bone dry, and there was no oil in it, or maybe a little bit of oil. We got to add oil to this thing, or maybe drain what's out in there. I didn't think there was any. Maybe there's some remaining oil. So you can see from the pulley here, this thing is full of sand and snot. The self-propelled belt has been off for a while. It's just been dangling here, and I assume he was pushing it as a regular pusher. Let's try to get this thing back on the pulley. Maybe take my air gun and clean some of this snot out and put it all back together again and try starting it. What do you say? Put a little oil here and here. Maybe a little grease up here where the axle rests on the plastic. I'm not going to do anything with the red paint right now. Maybe later. It's starting to peel off. Maybe I'll address that. I'm just doing mechanics work right now. So let me grab my blowgun and try to beautify or clean up this 2011. Good day so far. Nice day in Southwest Florida. Out here in the yard messing around with a couple of projects. I don't have any issues with these older style Quantums, but the newer Troy-Bilt with the plastic tanks, plastic recoils, and plastic carbs, I think I've had 5 or 6 that have shit the bed for some unknown reason. Maybe Briggs dumped all their crap onto Troy-Bilt because they were willing to take a discount. I don't know. But that's the issue I had run into last year. A ton of Troy-Bilts crapped out. I would get them no compression. I'm going to clean up the pulley a little bit here with a wire brush. Not that this is rocket science or anything. It's Tommy Time, Shade Tree Mechanic. Recently zippy tie certified. Maybe we can discuss that at the end of the video. Oh, I see what the issue is. I was looking for it. There's a little rod here with the spring that keeps tension on the transmission. That's missing. So I got to go look for a junk machine and try to get a screw for this. Not a screw, a spring. It goes in here. When you're messing with these, that's one of the things to look at underneath. If you have a front wheel drive issue, the spring should be here. A lot of times they pop out of this cavity and you'll see them dangling back there, or they'll be out here. They won't be in the hole. You put them back in that spring mechanism back in the hole and it works. So since we can't mess with that, let's oil it up, and at least we can try starting it, get something out of this video. Let me see how much oil's in it actually. Yeah, there must have been a little bit. It's not even showing now on the dipstick, so I'm going to add fresh oil to it and gas, and we'll try it. Then I'll send you home, and then I'll look for one of those springy dinghies for the transmission. Okay. Now we're rocking. Oil and gas. I got all my plastic screws down there. I got to move this machine over so I don't throw a bunch of screws out the side, and then I got to move this thing down flat so I can get an accurate reading here. I'm kind of going about this backwards. I kind of just went on the fly here. I didn't know exactly what the deal was with the front wheel drive messing up. But hey, that's what happens. It's always fun and exciting. So I got to block this up. Something like that. Because it's going to be hitting the ground if I don't. Okay, no screws under there. So let's keep going with the oil. So I'm just trying to get ahead here and not get ahead. I mean, stock up is the right word to use. Stock up for the upcoming mower season. So sales are dead right now. Nobody buys in the winter time. So now's my chance not to get interrupted and get some units stored and ready to go. Too bad about the paint here, bubbling up. Okay, I'm right at the top hole, so that was a good pour on that last one. It brought me up to the top. So that's that. Looks like United's leaving. United Airlines is heading out. That means somebody else is coming in. When they leave, somebody comes in. We only can handle so many people in Southwest Florida. If a busload comes in, a busload's got to go out. Okay. This is an automatic choke. I oiled up the weather vane. The thermostatic wafer was lined up the way it should. Okay. Check the oil one more time. Looking good. My block's on the plastic. It's not going to hit the blade. Let's pull on this thing. May or may not smoke. You guys will be able to tell me if it does. You'll have the bird's eye view. Okay, little smoky. Mr. Snake almost got decapitated. Muffler still sizzling. So it started relatively easy and it sounds good. There's a little bit of rough idle, but it's nothing that I'm going to be worried about. A little bit of a miss. Could be some carbon on the valves. A little bit of burping going on, but I'm not going to mess with that. I'm looking for a safety brake cable clip, and I just found one. I'm going to pull on it again, see if it starts a second time. Still a little smoky, so give me a second here, go to the kitchen. I'm going to try to find that springy dingy for the transmission. I took in a rusted out deck with the transmission still intact. I think I know where that is. Hopefully it's this style transmission. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I think I know where it is. I kind of took it in from the scrapper for the transmission. I figured the rest of it was rusted through on the deck. The transmission is what I was concerned with, so I did tell him I'd take it. So if we can steal that springy dingy off of that, we're in good shape. No, it's no, it ain't gonna work. No, the machine that I was thinking about has a full metal deck all the way out, and it's got the transmission through the metal deck on the sides. It's not this plastic setup where the plastic front end bolts to the frame. They don't use that springy dingy here on those. They only use it here on this plastic assembly. So I'm not going to buy one of those things. I'm sure I got a junk mower back there with the blown engine. I did see another Troy-Bilt complete unit. I'm not sure what the deal with that other unit is. Probably carb clean. So I'm going to keep poking around back there in my junk section. I'm not going to take up any more of your time because I gotta do some searching for that. This metal thing comes off. This guard, you can pull these things off. Hasn't been removed, that's why it's coming off rough. Something like this is how it goes. It just keeps the belt on the pulley, but you need that spring here in the front to do it. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Wish I could have shown you more, but we had success with it starting on the second pull. So that was good. That was a good carb clean. Replaced the bowl gasket. That crusty one may not have lasted. Painted up the engine case. Made all that look pretty. So have a good day, you guys. See what I mean about the model number? They hit some rocks or something and scraped off the numbers here. So I'm happy. A little project going on, and it cleaned up pretty good. I'll probably take some degreaser while I have this off. Degrease it right now, hose it down, and then start searching for that spring. By the time I get back here, I'll blast off any remaining water and I should be good to go. So I'm on a mission right now for that spring. Like I said, if you guys have an issue with your machines not engaging, make sure the spring is in place. There's a little receiver hole up here on the transmission case, and then it goes into the plastic frame here, and it keeps tension on the transmission. If that comes off, you're not going to have any front wheel drive action. Tip your waitress and wait staff. That's all I got to say. Have a nice day. Thanks for coming out. Until next time, keep moving, shaking, and baking. Don't let the monsters get you down.